The Street Life, a government-manufactured lifestyle by Jihad Zenith. They call it the streets, but the truth is the streets were built by design, not by the people surviving on them, but by the system that shaped them. When America made alcohol and tobacco illegal during Prohibition, it didn't kill the hustle, it created it. Overnight, working-class men, Italians, Irish, and other European immigrants went from factory hands to bootleg kings. They brewed beer in basements, smuggled liquor across borders, and opened speakeasies in every city. What was once crime soon became business once the government saw profit potential. By 1933, they legalized it again, slapped a tax on it, and called it regulation. The blueprint of street hustling had been laid by the government itself. That blueprint birthed the first generation of organized hustlers. Men like Al Capone in Chicago, Lucky Luciano in New York, and Dutch Schultz in the Bronx weren't just criminals. They were products of a system that outlawed opportunity. Their motivation was survival in a country that locked immigrants out of respectable work. They built empires from prohibition, but they didn't build them alone. Law enforcement was often on the payroll, paid to protect shipments, tip off raids, or rob rival stash houses. The same badges sworn to uphold the law were profiting from its violation. When Prohibition ended, those same syndicates went legit: casinos, construction, politics, while Black Americans still shut out of wealth and business were left holding the same dirty blueprint. So when jobs vanished and segregation tightened its grip, we turned to underground economies, numbers, music, and hustle. We didn't invent crime, we inherited a system of survival. Then came World War II, and with it a new kind of warfare. America imported Nazi scientists through Operation Paperclip, men who once served Hitler. They brought rocket science, chemical formulas, and mind experiments. From those same laboratories came the roots of LSD, methadone, and amphetamines. Later used by the CIA's MKUltra to study control, they called it research. We call it social engineering. By the 1960s and 70s, the government that created the hustle now declared a war on drugs. But the war wasn't against drugs, it was against people. Cocaine in their suburbs, crack in our neighborhoods, rehab for them, prison for us. It was the perfect plan: flood the Black community with drugs, then criminalize the aftermath. The same hand that supplied the poison built the prisons to hold the victims. Former Nixon aide John Ehrlichman admitted it. They couldn't outlaw being Black, so they criminalized our survival. And still, many in law enforcement played both sides, guarding shipments one day, raiding them the next. The same hands that cuffed us were the same hands that counted cartel cash. Out of that chaos rose legends: Bumpy Johnson, Frank Lucas, Freeway Rick Ross, the Flannery brothers of BMF, reflections of the same survival instinct that once drove Capone. Their brilliance proved our resilience, but their downfall exposed the trap, a game built to make sure the house always wins. In the Black community, 70% of all crime is drug-related, not because we love crime, but because the system designed drugs to be the economy of the oppressed. Addiction became the leash. Prison became the reward, and once you grow up in it, escaping is nearly impossible. Studies show that only 1 in 10 Black boys raised in poverty make it to the middle class, and even fewer escape the mentality of the streets. The lifestyle itself becomes addictive, not just for the money, but for the adrenaline, validation, and identity it gives. It's a social addiction as powerful as any drug. Children raised in this environment are 6 times more likely to face incarceration. Trauma becomes culture. The hustle becomes heritage. But even in that darkness, there's light. Some break the cycle through faith, mentorship, or rebirth. About 15–20% of those raised in the struggle find peace, rebuild their lives, and raise children who think different. Every one of them becomes a generational miracle, proof that pain can turn into power. Today, the system still profits from the cycle. Music and media glorify what was meant to destroy us. The hustler became a hero. The government became the dealer. They sell us liquor, weed, and gambling again, legally now, while the same structure profits. They banned it, taxed it, legalized it, and sold it back. A perfect hustle. So when we speak of the street life, understand this truth. It didn't start in the hood. It started in the halls of government. They turned oppression into opportunity for themselves. And the question now is, will we keep playing their game or finally write our own?